One of our clients and friends, by the way, he's a CTO, asked me, Michael, I have my internal HR team looking for developers and it somehow doesn't work. What shall we do? And then we chatted about it for a while, and it actually became really clear that the HR professionals, the internal HR team, are not really aware of the IT landscape, right? They don't really understand the IT roles, they don't know where to source people, they only focus on their local market, and they were missing out lots of opportunities to attract the right IT candidates. So the CTO was after 2 months, after 3 months, really frustrated because he was not getting those candidates he needs to actually fulfill the business goals. And then we actually brainstormed a few questions, a few areas or a few steps that he can take to actually make this work. Because at the end of the day, it depends on the budget that you as a business may have or may not have. So if you have a budget, and by the way, I have created this process flow that also can help you navigate through this landscape. So I call it the Tech Recruitment Guide, as you can see. And it guides you step by step. The first question is it urgent? Yes or no? If it is urgent, you go left. If it is not urgent, you go down. So if it is urgent, which in his case it was, then the second question is, do you have some budget? So at least 1,000 euros. Because if you have at least 1,000 euros, then you can run campaigns on social media, or you can engage freelance recruiters, or you can engage an agency to take care of all this. So in his case, at first, he was like, hey, I don't really have any budget. So then we progressed down with, the only option pretty much for him to look for those candidates. But then, I asked him, Joseph, how much worth your time is at the end of the day? Like, how many other duties do you have on your desk? Like, what are your other responsibilities? Like, is your time spent looking for developers on LinkedIn or GitHub really the right investment? Like, you have some other business goals. So is it really efficient for you to follow up with candidates, to send messages to those who don't respond, to schedule calls? Like, is it really what you should be doing? So at first he was like, yeah, well, I could do it. It's not my cup of coffee, but since we have no budget. But then, we sort of unfolded some other options. Like, sometimes hiring managers imagine they need to pay $10,000, $20,000 or euros in commissions. But there are some other options. Like, some of them are low cost, some of them are, success fees, some of them are, fees on a smaller amount fees, but paid on a constant basis, like a retainer, which allow you to actually source candidates through GitHub or LinkedIn or social media for some fixed fee. But you as a hiring manager would only get those pre-qualified candidates, which saves you lots of time. So just think, say, your job as the CTO could be worth on the market, say 10,000, 15,000 euros, right? So if we just divide, 15,000 by 160, you get probably 100 euros per hour, right? And then, like, how many hours do you need to spend to follow up with candidates, to get to a level where you have a full pipeline of candidates? It would take forever, right? And your internal HR people are not able to do this either because they don't really understand the IT landscape, which was the case of this company. So it's not definitely easy, but if you have at least 1,000 euros, then you can engage someone to provide sourcing, which is also what we do for some companies. We have an in-house sourcer who I trained, the person who went through the content inside the Tech Recruitment Academy. I supervise these people just to make sure they really do a good job when it comes to tech recruitment or tech sourcing. and they can only provide you those who are already pre-screened candidates. So you know what you pay for, but you don't have to pay $10,000 or $20,000 a success fee, because you still do a lot of the work yourself, and you cover the risk. Because if you engage a sourcer to spend 50 hours per month sourcing, like, there is no guarantee you will find someone, but you cover the risk for the smaller fee. Okay, so everything has some pros and cons. At the end of the day, it's not rocket science, especially if you see the flow such as this one, and you can just decide, do you have urgent vacancy or vacancies? Do you have budget? What are the options you have? Source yourself or source through someone who will do the sourcing for you, and you as the hiring manager will be following up with those pre-qualified candidates, or you want the full cycle agency where we would screen candidates, we would get them pre-framed so they know what a cool opportunity it is. For that purpose, we use the Dream Job Show, and we have some other campaigns in place to source really good candidates through different channels. And then we can present you the top 3 or top 5 candidates for a particular role. And we obviously follow up with candidates and everything, so you don't have to. Okay, so based on your budget and based on your options, we can help you in those different stages of your business. So if you'd like to discuss this as Joseph did, and you would like to find what's the sweet spot for you based on your business needs and based on your budget, then just schedule a strategy call with me and we will discuss this. We will see where is the sweet spot for you and how we can help you get the results you want really fast. So just click the link below this video and schedule a recruitment strategy call with me.